we're going to see if this works here. Um, I want to make sure that you've gotten this little section of the sugya. My eina ru'ya. Obviously, it's asking the question of not what's not fitting, but what does he mean by eina ru'ya? Even though you might notice that eina ru'ya is not exactly the way Rabbi Yehuda said it. He said, oops, he said lo haita ru'ya, but nonetheless, you're asking what did he mean by this? Elema, right? We went over that phrase. Possibility number one, going to be rejected. If you say chayave kritot v'chayave mitot beitin, that means possibility number one is the relationship between the parents is one that is illegal and punishable by karet or mitot beitin, meaning most commonly some form of incest. Okay, now the point here is they are not legally married, right? And that, but the point is that might be what Rehuda meant by she's not ru'uyat him. That's actually probably the most plausible, literal reading of what that might mean, right? She's not fitting to him, suitable, meaning she's not permitted to marry him, right? Because of their relationship or some other sort of technical category, right? She's not fitting, suitable. They're not allowed to be married, right? But the so that's the possible answer. The response is so, right? Even so, avwa ninhu, ime ninhu. Hopefully you switched around your participles sufficiently to figure out that what it's saying is his father's his father, his mother's his mother. So when it says when the passage doesn't tell us that they are married, the passage just tells us they are his father and his mother. And these two people, even if they are not legally married, not allowed, not supposed to be married, blah 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 blah, they simply are not. They are still his father and his mother. Period. Um, next piece. I have down here. Ella, answer number two. Bishaval aviv kamar. Now that's the answer, right? She is, right? Kamar. It's saying, I mean, in this case, he meant. Right, since the whole question is Rabbi Yehuda used this phrase, I don't understand what he meant. So Kamar, he meant, he was saying, right? So, in other words, when he said Reuya, he meant she's Shaval Aviv. She is equal to, equivalent to. Now, this, hopefully you noticed, is no more clear than the first thing. Right? We haven't helped at all. But, Tanya Nami Hachi. We have a Breita to support this. Now, in many, or if not most cases, a Tanya Nami Hachi Breita will be a Breita in which a Tana says basically the exact same thing that we just learned up here, sometimes in the exact same words even. Not always, but often. In this case, though, this supporting Breita is really the real answer. Okay? And that's Rabbi Yehuda Omer, Im lo hayta imo shaval aviv bekol uvamareh uvekoma eino na'aseh ben moreh. Right? We'll get to the Maitama in class tomorrow. But the point is, Rabbi Yehuda actually uses this word shava, but then describes it in much greater detail. Kol, mar'eh, and koma. Now, last thing before I leave you for the moment is do a quick comparison of the Mishnah, right, and the Braita. Let's bold the words that are identical. Imlo heita imo, right, le'aviv, eino naseh ben sarmureh, right, right. And you'll notice that this Braita is exactly identical to the Mishnah, except for one thing. It has changed the word ru'ya, right, to shava b'kol v'koma. In other words, this Braita is the exact same position of Rabbi Yehuda, except having defined the word ru'ya, which is really what we were looking for in the first place, and what we were this whole thing was building up to. The my timer we'll talk about in class tomorrow. and I will see you then.